What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us?
Speak Rock, that's the team that I'm with. Speak Rock, don't it make a lot of sense? Speak Rock, yeah, we speak to each other. Hey, young man, be a brother to another, Put the other things aside, throw away the fakeness. All my brothers got the key to achieve greatness. Let nobody bring you down when you tryna reach the top. Let them know what you represent, tell them speak rock. Let's make a change for the best. Let your voice be heard, let your words be expressed. Brothers and sisters, set a goal to the top. If anybody got your back, let them know it's speak rock.
Hey, yo, Guap, that was dope. Hey, just gotta keep telling them what it is out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you already know, man.
Hey, we doing this one for the D. What up, though?
What up, though?
Yo, what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your brother, Speak Rock. Hey, happy in the building. Glad to be in the building. Glad to be here with the people in the Speak Rock universe. You know, you got that Spider-Man universe that just came out. So, yeah, we gonna steal a little of that and call it the Speak Rock universe. But you always know that I'm not here alone. I'm here with the extraordinary teacher, my brother E.T., Mr. Eric Thompson. What up, though, sir?
What up, Joe? What's going on in the Speak Rock universe, man? we out here trying to make it happen, man. Trying to get it cracking, trying to do something for the Lord Jesus Christ on this particular day, man. I'm just so godly happy to be alive, man, because I can just reflect back on my life several years ago. It ain't been this good, but God is so great, man. He's always so moving, man. He's always moving, man, and we try to move with him.
Man, I'm with you, man. Hey, look, that is just such an amazing time, man. Like when you do reflection, you know, when you're in the presence of God, when you're praying and you having conversations, and I know for me, in the Bible it talks about pray without ceasing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, my understanding of it, because look, I'm not, on my knees praying 3, 4, 5 times a day. Church mother, don't get on me. I'm not, put it like that, the formal way of people, the way people think you should pray. I'm not doing it like that. What I believe, and I don't want to be so strong in saying what I believe as if my interpretation is what's truly correct, but how I get joy, let me just put it like that, how I commune with God is that it's the thoughts, man. It's the meditation. It's when you even at the workplace and you're on lunch and you're thinking about the goodness of God and what he's done for you. When you're driving from work or to work, and you got your music going, and you start thinking of the things of God, man. There's times, man, it moves you to tears about, how good God has been to you, what he's delivered you from, what all the good things that he's doing for you in your life, the times where you messed up and you didn't get your just desserts because God's grace and mercy. Those are thoughts that I have often, man, throughout the day. So when I hear you say that, man, it just motivates me, and I just felt like I just wanted to share that with the people. Like, look, you can, that's the type of prayer. So when you have a thought about God, then you let out a hallelujah, a thank you, Jesus, man. That's to me, that's prayer. That's communication. I mean, am I wrong, E?
Man, you own it. What it is not in no religious or traditional or some kind of protocol that you go before God in a certain religious kind of way. No, it's you fellowship and commune with God. You said something to him, he may say something back. You may have shouted, you may ran around. Whatever it is, it's a See, what it is all about a relationship. And if you have a relationship with God, then you don't have to say, well, I'm gonna get up at 3 a.m. every day. That's good if you get up at 3 a.m. every day and go before God and all of that. But if you commune and fellowship with the Lord all day and you walking with him, see, I like to consider myself walking with God, right? I like to consider myself not in some kind of traditional relationship with God, and not in some kind of religious relationship with God, but I feel like I'm walking with him daily. He's he's giving me daily instruction, daily bread, daily information, and rebuking me daily, reproofing me daily, training me daily, giving me insight daily. And as I walk through my life, I want to walk with God in it, so I can have better insight, better information, and better revelation on how to handle people, how to react to people, how to handle bad situations, or how to handle good situations. Not allowing my high to be too high or my low to be too low. And that's what all prayer is all about. Just communion, fellowship with God on that level, and not on some kind of religious stand.
My God. Hey, look here, SpeakRoc Universe. My brother E.T. has spoken. The doors of the church are open. We're gonna pass the plate.
Twice. We're gonna take up one. We're gonna take up one for the missionary.
Oh, they're gonna be chicken dinners. They're gonna be 2-piece dark and a 2-piece white in the basement, and we gonna fellowship. No, man. All right, we being silly this morning, man. But hey, look, it's all good. Man, I love chopping it up, talking about the goodness of the Lord, man. And a lot of what you were saying, you are perfectly, giving us a segue into the topic of the day, man. And something that has come up in my week, conversation that I've had with, a couple of people that I know. And, we was talking about aspects. As a matter of fact, I had the opportunity to speak last week. I was invited to an anniversary, a leadership anniversary, for a pastor I know. And, he wanted me to give some encouraging words, some words of inspiration, about, leadership, community unity and service. And also throughout that week, someone called me not knowing what I was assigned to do. They had a question for me about service. And I just want to keep the conversation going. And I want, the brother that, that I love dearly and that I admire, with the godly wisdom that he has, being you, E. I want to get you in on that conversation and get you to sharing wisdom with SpeakRoc Universe and letting us know, giving us good godly information on this, the benefit of service. I'll say that again. The benefits, let me make that plural. The benefits of service. And notice that I said I left service alone without an attachment. I didn't say church service. I didn't say work service. I didn't say community service, because I wanted to be all inclusive. Because one thing that you and I we harp on, E, is that principles, they work. Be it spiritual principles, be it earthly principles, they work. And a lot of times a lot of those principles cross over. Those that work in the spirit realm definitely work in the natural. And I believe that's a certain level of understanding. When we understand that, we become more knowledgeable. We become more, we become powerful in our own right. And with that being said, it kind of, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna end it like this. In the Lord's Prayer, where it talks about, talk about the will of God being, letting things be done in the kingdom. Letting things be done in the earth as they're being, they're done in the kingdom. And I think I think we skip over that a lot of times. We don't really understand. We'll recite the Lord's Prayer, but man, that prayer in and of itself is so powerful, because it gives so much guidance and direction that, And that's, I'm getting into too much. And that's a lot of times the problem with religion. When you just do something religiously, like if your church recites the Lord's Prayer every Sunday at this time, but nothing wrong with that. But if you're just doing it and you're really not feeding off of it and you're really not understanding it, that's when the religion or the constant practice of something it could just be void of power because there's no understanding that goes along with it. So I don't want to drag on too much longer, Eric. As I gave the topic, what are the benefits of service? Help us out, man. Talk to us.
Man, that's good. That's good stuff, man. Let me congratulate you for being. See, I mean, that's a blessing. And I need the SpeakRoc nation universe to understand who they're listening to. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about someone who's highly sought after to break off wisdom and understanding and knowledge on particular subjects. I mean, whether it's in leadership or community activism and all of that, and that's nothing to be taken lightly because I know where you come. I know from what you come from, and I know how you have matriculated to this level that now you sought out speaker, and I just want to congratulate you in front of the congregation to say, man, I'm godly proud of what God is doing. This is no small thing. This is nothing we take lightly. That's why, when we sharing what we believe is on our heart, or believe what God is speaking, or what we believe is right for this time, we need y'all to take this thing seriously, because not only are you hearing it, through us, through this podcast, but there's people hearing it in churches. There's people hearing it in the street. There's people hearing it everywhere, and it's just a blessing to be connected to this man of God, because I see what God is doing in his life. And I just wanted to put that out there for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but praise God. But look, so it's funny because you were talking about the principles, and you said the principles were, and it's funny as we go into almost a year of this podcast, you reminded me last year, I believe when we talked about principles and they work regardless, I believe that was like either the first show that we talked about that or the second show. So I just thought that was interesting too. Yeah, and then the benefits of serving. You talk about the kingdom that will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Yes, sir.
And we talked about the relationship with God. I talked about how I want to walk with the Lord and not be in religion and not in tradition. And then you came back and said, well, we have these churches that are reciting this stuff. Do you know what you're reciting and why are you doing it? That kind of stuff like that. So I believe this SpeakRoc platform podcast is we try to break down tradition. We try to break the walls of religion down, because what happens, religion and tradition can take you only so far in the kingdom. I'm gonna have to repeat that, because religion and tradition can only take you but so far in the kingdom, because where your tradition and your religion break down, if you don't have a relationship, then you can't go any further in advancing the kingdom or advancing your life in spiritual things. Because now you don't have something to read. I didn't want to say it, but it came to me, so I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay.
Right? So anyway, I was in the airport. I think I was going on the mission field, and I either coming back or going somewhere, Africa, Ghana, Brazil, wherever. Yes, I don't know. And I saw these Muslim guys. They were in the airport as well, and I guess Islam. I guess they served Islam or whatever, and they were doing their ritual prayer at whatever time it was, and all of that. And you know what? Let me throw this in there too. structure is not bad. Now, structure don't necessarily mean religion, because structure will help you organize your life. So when they say they pray 5 times a day,
hold on, E. Hold on. I'm sorry for interrupting your groove, but one of the things that I've learned to do, man, is to be able to, because you drop so many gems, it's hard to keep up with you sometimes. Because I love quoting you. So you said structure is not bad because it gives you, man, I feel like I forgot. See, I got to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, and yeah. All right, so it'll come back to me. I would say structure is not bad because it'll help you. It'll help you organize your whatever. I forgot what I said, but it'll come back to me. But anyway, and I say all that to say when I was saying structure don't necessarily mean it's religion,
right?
Because it can help you organize your relationship. Like,
there you go.
You know, like I was saying, they were talking about, I guess in that faith they pray X amount of times a day. But what I found interested in the prayer, because I was kind of watching them, because I was sitting there, we were waiting on the airport. I was trying to get in their relationship with God, because I'm not sure if they have a correct one. But nevertheless, they got this litany of things that they say, right?
Yes, sir.
They got these litanies of things that they say while they be performing this thing, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I get that, but suppose there is something that's outside of that litany of things that you're saying. When does that come in the effect of your relationship with God? See, that what makes it traditional, because now you can't break the cycle of what is already pre-ordered or pre-orchestrated for you to say.
Okay.
Instead of allowing the Holy Ghost to come in, because I may have a need, or there may be a need out there that I want to address, or whatever. So I say all that to say, the SPEAKROC Nation, we're trying to break down those walls and barriers of tradition.
Right.
But anyway, so back to service. So the blessing of service. Now, we recognize that even the Master himself, Jesus said, "I didn't come to be served." Right.
Right.
I came to serve.
My God.
Right. Serve. So if we're talking about thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, that is our blueprint. That is the plan for why we do what we do. Now, this is when service blesses you.
Mm-hmm.
The benefits of service blesses you. When you get more pleasure, and I may have kind of touched on this last week, when you get more pleasure in serving somebody so they can get either promoted, get something added to their lives, get something fixed in their lives, get something straight with them so it can go well with them, right?
Right.
Then that's the benefits of serving. Now, you can say a benefit of serving is something come back to you. No, but I believe a greater benefit is when you serve for the purpose of benefiting somebody else. I hope you catch that.
That's good stuff.
So the greater blessing is not in receiving a blessing, and this is tied in with the benefits of service. The greater blessing is being a blessing. See, the greater blessing is not being blessed. The greater part of it is being a blessing, being able to distribute, being kind with your life, being open and honest with your life, so other people can be elevated or promoted or received something from your life. That's a greater blessing. That's a greater service, and that's the example that Jesus has set forth.
Man, Eric. You know, Eric, look, man. Even though God is blessed for me to be able to speak on this matter, but look, something like this, man, to me is enriching. And I'm just, I know we're having a dialogue. You and I, we chopping it up in front of the, SpeakRoc universe. But I'm just a student right now, man. I'm sitting here receiving the same way that the people was receiving from me last Sunday. This is how I'm listening to you, and I'm just like, come on with it. I need this. And the reason why I say that, and just to be candid, I've been in a number of leadership positions, such as you, throughout my life, be it, through the military, be it, being in the church, being part of community organizations or what have you, even in my own household, been in a leader for quite some time. But once again, I've been in a position to follow, probably, truth be told, more than I've been in a leadership position. And I've always said to myself, not just constantly reminding myself, but I say to myself, a lot of times I feel stronger as the support, as the follower of a leader. I feel like I'm stronger in that area than the actual leader. And, because I get to your point, Eric, I feel strengthened and I feel blessed when I know that I can support someone who's working to get something done, somebody who's the leader of a movement, of a cause, and especially if I'm in lockstep with them, man, I'm telling you that, the feeling that I get when, someone's like, hey, Rock, we need to get XYZ, this is what we doing today. This is what we got coming up on the agenda, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, got it. Too easy. Let's make it happen. I'm with you. Hey, don't worry about it. You go do what you got to go do. I'm going to handle this over here. To me, that's like my thing. And a lot of that comes out of my personality. I'm a servant leader, if you will. Like, I get pleasure out of serving. And, one of the things I've done my best to mature in is to know that I like to serve across the board. And what do I mean when I say that? Man, I don't care if you're down and out. I don't care if you're on your last leg. I don't care if you are prosperous and highly blessed, and I don't care what your status is in life or where you are with God or where you fall on the ladder of success. That's neither here nor there with me. My thing is, I know that if I'm placed before you, that you desire something, and I feel blessed to be able to bring it to you, because I along with my service, I have this expectation, and I don't know if I'm wrong for this. I expect that what I gave to you or how I helped you, I have this expectation of you that you are going to do the same thing, and watch this, and if not, greater. And I really believe I'm following Jesus when I think like that. But I could be wrong, E, and if I'm wrong, please, brother, tell me.
Man, no, you're absolutely correct. I mean, there's scriptures in the Bible that support that, especially in Matthew when he's talking about, for those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who are humble themselves will be exalted. And he was saying the greatest of these will be your servant.
Ooh.
Will be your servant. And the thing about it, we don't do a whole lot of recommendations and stuff like that. But when we do, we sincere. Now, I have this, we share this common brother who wrote this wonderful book on leadership called A Charge to Keep. And this awesome man of God, Elder Jeff Conley, really put pen to paper, and you could tell based on his relationship on what it is in servant leadership. This man of God has served my pastor for years and years and years. I'm gonna tell you, based on his relationship of service, took my relationship with God to another level.
Wow.
Oh man, I wish.
Wow.
Oh my God. Because let me help you. Because can I be transparent? Can I have a transparent
Come on,
moment?
sir, please. We expect nothing else. Eric, you know I love when you be telling Eric Thompson stories. I love it.
Yeah, let me have a transparent moment because I didn't get it at first. Oh man.
Ooh.
I didn't get it. I didn't get carrying the pastor's Bible. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Before I was all in, before I understood service, before I understood
Speak on it, E.
In order that Jesus said that that those who humble themselves will be exalted. Before I understood that scripture, before I understand that I think it was a Roman centurion came over to Jesus because he had a sick soldier, and he said, I have servants under me, but I have people over me too. But I came myself,
my God,
to help somebody that's under me get better. Then he said, look, but Jesus, I got people over me, right?
Right.
But I ain't even worthy for you to come in under my roof. But if you speak the word only,
come on now,
my servant will be healed. And I'm talking about in order for you to have leadership or to have authority, guess what?
Come on,
you got to be under authority. Let me go back. I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole in the Bible thing.
Right.
Because I was in religion. And I was in tradition.
Now let me paint the picture, E. Let me paint the picture a little bit because let me paint the picture a little bit because I want people to really, because you opening up that can of worms now, brother. Because look, I want people to understand exactly what you're talking about because I know many of people to this day will take exception to that. And what Eric is talking about in churches, okay? You will have people who will serve the pastor in the capacity. Some will call them armor bearers. Some will call them pastor's aides or whatever the case may be. Where you will have an individual who will serve, the pastor in the manner of, I will carry the Bible of the pastor and assist the pastor in other ways, step by step at most times. And you will see that person is like a shadow. I'm not going to get into the full detail of everything that an armor bearer will do or does, but you will see that person shadowing the pastor in support. And there's a lot of people to this day who, they in church right now. And they got a turned up lip looking like, look at this dude. Like, who do you think he is? He got somebody carrying his Bible. And what kind of man would carry another man's Bible? So my point is, I had to paint that for people, Eric, so they can understand what we're talking about. Because I'm sure right now, as you're explaining it, they're like, I know what the heck he's talking about, whatever. So please continue and explain how you didn't understand it and where what transpired.
Well, and not only that, I mean, it to the point where, they may wait out in the rain for the pastor to show up.
My God.
So they can park the car and all of that. So I didn't get all of that. So but let's equate it to the world standard.
Okay.
You can almost look at it as a Secret Service person.
Yes.
Where they would do whatever they can to protect the president or whatever they do. You can look at it on that level, right? You can look at it on that level. You can look at it on a level of someone protecting someone else's interest or whatever.
Or say it like this. He say it like this. What about interns? Interns, they don't get paid.
Right.
You got many interns that's doing all sorts of tasks and things, and they better have it right. Well, all interns don't get paid. All interns, some do, some don't. But there are some interns that are tasked with a high responsibility for a CEO, COO of companies. And, do we turn up our lip at those interns who are doing some things that some could sit there and say, that's questionable?
Why do I got to go get coffee? I got an undergraduate degree.
Come on now.
Why I got to make copies? I got a graduate degree. Why I got to go and take that package, downstairs to the mailroom? I'm working on my doctorate.
Speak on it.
This is what we talking about. We're talking about service. But let's go back to
your transparency.
To the ecclesia, the called out.
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm new to this because that didn't happen in little Bethlehem church. That ain't happening. That ain't happening at Folkwa. That didn't happen. It didn't happen there.
We ain't doing this.
Because and I'm not belittling, but I'm just saying it just didn't happen in my relationship in my churches that I am in. So this is all new to me. So, but I'm watching and I'm growing.
Yes, sir.
I'm watching and I'm growing. I'm watching and I'm growing and I'm reading Jesus. The red part in the Bible.
Come on.
I'm watching, I'm seeing, I'm growing, and I'm reading the red part of the Bible. And I'm seeing what Jesus has done. And he said he come to serve. Now, see, what happened is, and this is what we're talking about, the benefits of serving, and we talked about, and I was saying the higher level of blessing is to be a blessing. See, I'm hoping they putting this thing all together.
Come on.
Now, when that man of God or woman of God that serves a man or woman of God or serve anybody in a capacity that's higher than them and they consider themselves an armor bearer or assistant or whatever, once they got this scripture in their heart, this will take you over the top, right? Do everything unto the Lord. And not unto man, and not as you're working unto man. See, once they got that in their spirit, it's like, no, I'm not doing this just for him or her. I'm doing it unto the Lord, as I'm working for him. Like when I'm carrying this Bible, guess who I'm carrying it for? I'm carrying it for the Lord. When I'm standing outside with an umbrella and waiting for the man of God to come in, guess what? I'm doing this unto the Lord. When I might be doing it for a man. But I'm doing it unto the Lord and not as I'm working for man. And then when you recognize in the scripture that we just come to serve. Ministers are servants.
Woo.
Man, I didn't want to go too deep this morning.
No, you got to.
Ministers, you are a servant. You follow what I'm saying? And we come to serve. And for those, and let me help you with this too, because I had conversations because I wasn't there. So I had to have conversations about it too. Okay. Also, it deals with you too and your flesh. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to give myself an amen on that. It deals with you and your flesh. Can you serve somebody else? Or do you always got to be served? Can you go get the coffee sometime? Or do you always got to get the coffee brought to you? You follow that? Because it deals with your pride. It deals with your arrogance. It gets you in the middle of submission. Because how you going to want somebody submitted unto you and under your authority if you can't submit? Get somebody's gas. Take somebody's Bible. Open the door for somebody. Do all of that. How you going to be able to receive that level of respect and honor when you're not willing to go that level? So it took me a while, but I was watching.
Yes, sir.
I was reading, and I was growing Jesus on the inside of me, and now I get it. I get it because I recognize Jesus didn't come to be served, and that's my example. He came to serve.
Man, I know I'm supposed to be facilitating the conversation and we're supposed to be having dialogue, brother, but I'm just like, yeah, keep talking, Eric. Keep talking, brother. Let it flow out of you. Look, man.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's about because we you know, to tell you the truth, if you can't really, if you're not here to help somebody, I don't even know why you're really here. You follow what I'm saying? With your life. And I'm gonna tell you, you can help your life and you don't have anything. You don't have to be great in anything to be able to help somebody in something.
Right.
Oh man. Did I say that?
Yes, you
did. You
did.
don't have to be great in anything to be able to help somebody in something. You know, you don't have to have a great amount of money to be able to help somebody in moving a box.
Wow.
Man, this is really, to tell you the truth, this is what the kingdom is all about.
Yes, sir.
This is what the king is to. You know.
Can I say this, Eric?
Okay, go ahead.
Because this just hit my spirit. The way God has orchestrated service and blessing, and I'm not saying nothing that's groundbreaking or new, but it's the principles of sowing and reaping. That which you do for another person, you can rest assured and have an expectancy that is going to be done to you. So what I'm saying is, especially for people, and I'm just going to use myself for example. As long as I'm faithful, brother, I'm like, man. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm up here tearing up just talking about it. I'm sorry. As long as I'm faithful in doing what I'm doing for the people, to serve the people the way God wants me to, in spite of what may be going on around me or what anyone would say, I believe that the service that I'm putting forward, that in due season, that same type of service and greater is going to return back to me. Somebody's going to come to me. God is going to send people my direction, and they're going, man, this just ain't for me. This is for everybody else. That which you have a labor of love to do, and you have a service, you have a selfless service, and you're consistent, and you're faithful in serving other people in your platform, God is going to send people your direction, and they're going to serve you, and you are going to be taken by surprise, and it's going to overwhelm you how people are going to want to serve you in the capacities to keep your platform, your ministry going. Man, I'm sorry I took so long on that, but that just...
No, that's perfect. Let me tell you what it is. See, in this kingdom, we need seeds. That's why they say it's seed time and harvest. In the kingdom, it's all about seeds. And because you're planting these seeds, what happens is God will allow somebody like myself to water it. And then God will get the increase. Then God will give the increase of it. And in God's increase will be, your harvest will be greater than your seed. Because when you planting this seed of love you're going to have an overwhelming harvest of love coming back to you. When you're planting a seed of instruction and being able to be a blessing to other people that you don't know, it's one thing to plant seeds of instructions and love and all that to what people that you know. You're going to get a certain level of harvest on that. But when you planting seeds of instruction and love and guidance and wisdom and discernment and organization and leadership, then God will overwhelm you and Bible says he'll overtake you and run you over with what you planted greater than what you planted. Because here it is. Mm-hmm. If you planted it not to receive the good measure,
okay,
pressed down, shaken together, and running over. See, you planted it not to receive that. You planted it. You planted it to get the good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over for the place you planted it.
Wow.
See, that's when God has to get off his throne and say, what? What unselfish. You remember, I'm a paraphrase. God gave me some revelation one time, woke up, and we fellowshipped in the morning, and essentially that's what happens. And then at some point I might pin something on Facebook of what God said. Mm-hmm. He said, and this is paraphrase because this might have been a couple of weeks, months ago, whatever. He said, people gonna come up to you and say, what? How did that happen? What? Question mark. How did that happen? Question mark. 2 questions. And the reason why it happened, you don't know. You can't explain it, and all you're going to be able to say, it was God, because what I did is I planted so somebody can get good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over, right? I did that so they can get that. And then I looked up in my closet. I looked at my bank account. I looked at my text message. Mm-hmm. I looked at my mailbox. Mm-hmm. I looked at my email. And I got an invitation to speak it this way. And I got I had a photo shoot at this place. Mm-hmm. And then I had to get ordained to even go higher. And then I had to, then I found out about my retirement. And then, and because I planted the seeds of God, and I didn't plant the seed of SPEAKROC or Elder Thompson. Mm-hmm. I planted the seeds of God in the garden of God. Oh my goodness! Because this is all God's garden.
Come on.
And the people are all God's garden. And you planting the seeds of God in God's garden. And because if you read Genesis, he got this auto sprinkler system that gonna water it by itself. And it's gonna come up on its own because you did it for the Lord, and you recognize it ain't about you, and you doing it unto God and not working as you working unto man. And that's what leadership is all about. That's what servant leadership is all about. That's what Elder Conley taught me years ago of why he served.
Wow.
Had nothing to do with man. Had everything to do with God. Oh, my goodness. Man, if they caught that, it had nothing to do with man. Call me flunky. I'm serving God.
Come on.
Listen. You remember when we was out on the street 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning at the nightclub, sitting in front of the nightclub, compelling them to come. We were compelling them to come to us. Oh man, had nothing to do with man.
Right.
Had everything to do with God. That's the benefits of it. When it's funny, but I guess it's not funny. It's just God.
All right.
I said, God, it's a privilege to just know who you are.
That's good.
Because some don't know who you are. And because I know who you are, I can serve in the kingdom of God and don't look at a reward system from man. And I can be called flunky. I can be called, you carrying the pastor's Bible, you sowing into the pastor, you quoting the pastor, you want to see the pastor blessed. No. I'm serving unto God and not unto man. And once we get to that level of understanding of what we do, and we can look back beyond our flesh and look to the hills of which cometh our help, recognize that all our help comes from him, maker of heaven and earth, we can get by the naysayers and say, oh, can't the pastor carry his own? No, he can't carry his own press, because guess what? I'm serving God today. Why are you trying to stop my blessing?
I love how quick you answered that. Like, can he carry it? No, he can't carry his own Bible.
Right. Hallelujah. You can't carry too heavy for him today. I want to serve God.
That's it.
I want to serve him in the way I can. In extraordinary ways. A long time ago, God said he gave me an uncomfortable anointing.
Ooh.
He gave me an uncomfortable anointing because he knew I had to go out in these streets. He knew I had to go out overseas. He knew I had to go in these undesirable places where most people won't go. 99% of the world won't go.
Right.
99%, even though the scriptures tells you to go.
Right.
When I was in prison, you visited me.
My God.
I checked that off my list. When I was naked, you clothed me. Bing, I checked that thing off my list. Hungry, you fed me. Boom, I checked it off my list. And I'm not saying it to brag on myself. I'm saying it, I'm serving God and not as unto man.
Yes, sir.
That's what servant leadership is all about. When you understand the priority of what, because think about it, God came from heaven, left all of heaven, loved us so much to show us how to serve one another. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Listen, as we go into the new year, and we normally go into these powerful cliches about how the year going to be, the year of this, the year of that, the year of this. Mine is perpetual. Okay. Mine is perpetual. And you probably know what it is. It's to love God with all my heart, all my mind, and all my soul, and to love my neighbor as myself. And that's to serve my neighbor. Who is my neighbor? Somebody I see every day. I'm going to serve you, brother. I'm going to serve you. I might not wash your car. I might not carry your groceries in or whatever it is, but I'm going to serve you so you can see God in me. That's what service is about, isn't it? Isn't that what service is about? So somebody can see the King of Glory in you. Man, whenever God give me an opportunity to stand before people and preach, I pray, God, that you remove me out of the way.
Wow.
So they can see you. I'm nothing. My hands weren't on the cross. My feet didn't get nailed to the cross. They didn't spit on me. They didn't put that crown of thorn on me. They didn't pierce me in my side. Blood didn't stream out of me for their salvation. That's what leadership is about. Leadership is drawing others to the cross of Calvary. Because if you do that, you've done your job. It's not up to you. It's not up to you to have them receive it. It's you to humble yourself on the mighty hand of God. And in due season, he will exalt you. Not man. God will do. That's the benefit.
Yes, sir.
I don't see. I operate on benefits that's outside of this world system.
Ooh.
I operate on benefits that has eternal effects. Oh man. Operate on benefit. I serve because I operate on benefits that never die, that never give up on me, that never stop loving me.
What does the word say? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but his word, that's what's gonna last forever.
My God.
Those are eternal benefits. And let me say this, that everything that Eric has fed us, this is universal across the board. So not only will you see these benefits in your spiritual life, you just won't see these benefits when you're going to church, but you're going to see these benefits in your workplace. The same way we talking about as if you would serve the pastor, guess what? Your service to either your customers, if you're in some type of customer-based business, or even to your own supervisor. When your supervisor is asking for reports, and guess what? You return those reports in a timely manner to lessen the load on your supervisor, that's service. When you're checking on your supervisor about how we need to get certain projects done and how we need to get them done efficiently and effectively, and you're going beyond your duties, that's service. And you have to that's sowing a seed. And to have an expectation that, this type of service, because promotion is laying in wait for you. And and as you get elevated, I'm sure you will want the same service from your subordinates as you gave to your supervisor. So we got to be able to use these principles. And so what if you're an entrepreneur? What if you're a nonprofit? These principles are universal. So you can even use these principles in that independent arena, far as being an entrepreneur or being I would pray to God that you would use them if you have some community service based initiative that you're calling yourself helping the people. Now, if you're not helping the people fully and you don't have a pure heart of service, God help you. I pray that you may listen to this podcast 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times to get it in your system. Because what you don't want to do is not have that pure heart to be a servant leader, and you haven't adopted these principles. And I would say it like this, and I'll end it like this. God help you, and may God have mercy on you if you're calling yourself a minister, a servant leader, and you don't have that clean, pure heart to be able to serve, and let there not be any kind of contradiction or gray area in your service. I pray that you ask that God will purge your heart and clean you up before you promote yourself as someone being a servant leader, someone who operates in selfless service. don't promote. I would say don't promote yourself like that. If that's not truly how you feel. So those are just my words. Eric, man, hey, dude. Man, thank you, man. Thanks for letting God use you, man. This is solid stuff today. Solid stuff.
Praise God. Does anyone want to just leave them with is whatever you do for somebody else, God will make happen for you. Whatever you do with your whole heart, and you're doing it just to be a blessing, God will make happen for you. Let's say, for instance, if you just give you a simple thing. If you pulled over and helped somebody change their tire, one day you may need somebody. No, hit it. One day your wife, sister, friend, girlfriend, or whatever may need somebody to help change their tire. Mm-hmm. But because you sowed that seed into somebody else, when you were in need, even though you didn't even know you were in need, God made that happen. Same thing happened for you. That's what we're talking about. Yes, but sir. Do it with a pure mind and a pure heart, and then let God do the rest.
Yes,
that's
sir.
all I got.
No, that's blessed, man. That's blessed. Hey, this is what I want you to share with us again. Brother Conley's his book, man, because I gotta put that in the the captions and put that in the notes so people can get that resource. Share that with us again, man.
Yeah, it's Elder Jeff Conley. His book is called A Charge to Keep.
A Charge to Keep.
It's a charge to keep. It's gonna bless you. It's gonna bless your life. It'll bless your ministry. I know several ministries have it in their resource, in their library. It just blessed my life. The brother blessed my life and continue to bless my life, just by his humbleness, his meekness, to be a servant, and it was a blessing to see it, so I could see somebody do what God shared and instructed us to do.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I definitely got it. I don't have that. I definitely have to get on top of that and add that to my library and get that resource. That's a blessing. Hey, look, let me just share this with everybody. Tomorrow I'll be delivering the morning message at Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church in Highland Park, Michigan, at the 10 a.m. service. God has blessed me to to be able to do that, and just want to become more proficient in sharing the things that God is doing through my life and in my life, with SPEAKROC Universe, because we're there yet. We're there. We're there at that, in this stage of our relationship, and I believe everybody should know and understand these things, and that way we can give, glory to God together. And so tomorrow I'll be doing that, and and I'll just keep you all abreast, and once again, if you not connected, if you got a friend that needs to be connected, to what's going on in SPEAKROC, make sure you share with them, SPEAKROC on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SPEAKROC, and hey, make sure that you chime in and you reach out to us, either by DM or whatever it is, or you can hit me up on my email. That's speakroc@gmail.com, SPEAKROC@gmail.com, and if you also desire to be a blessing and you want to spread the word, if you know any organization that needs to be blessed with your words of motivation or inspiration or reality speaking, if you know any churches that desire to have a guest speaker come in or preacher, make sure you reach out to me. Spread the word, share with them, give them my email, and or direct them to my platform, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and reach out and see what we can make happen. See what God is continually opening doors. God is making things happen. So I believe it's time that we continue to put out a call to action here from SpeakRoc that God will continue to make a way, that SpeakRoc is reaching the masses. So and y'all do that. I love y'all for that, and I just God bless you, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna say it this time. I'll take it from you. Hey, this was a hallmark, brother.
The hallmark. This is it. This is what they need to get in the library.
That's it. Hey, guess what? Hey, next week, man. Remember, next week, I want you to go ahead and spearhead the conversation, bro.
We got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this time, SpeakRoc gonna be, I'm gonna be surprised with the topic of the day. And we can go ahead and flow, and let God have his way. Hey, but with all that being said, hey, look, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for being here with us, brother. Hey, look, I'm a brother from Detroit. What do I know? Hey, just we can live, laugh, and learn and grow together. Hey, it's your brother SpeakRoc and my brother ET, and we out. Peace.
We out. Peace.